Right. It's a
I
metaphor.
know that guy. Yes. I think that guy was known for doing stuff, but they've changed his name. There's not, and there was no, where's the news about it? Where is it? It's very slight to even hear anything about it. I'm asking you because I have to search to find information.
Yeah. The system.
Yeah. Well, when you hear about stuff like that, you're not going to hear stuff like that on mainstream media. You know, they're going to cover pretty much what they want, and it's basically anything that they believe to be their truth as far as covering the news. It's like when you look at what they're doing to our history, I think a good example of that was, look at what they did to Nikola Tesla. That man was brilliant with his work. He was nothing short of amazing, and they just came in overnight and just took everything from him.
Yep.
Absolutely. I mean, that is one of the, in my heart, is one of the saddest stories of in history. It just really is, because Nikola was brilliant beyond.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a Serbian American, but he was, oh my gosh, that story is just heartbreaking. I mean, because there's thieves among us. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Nothing, I mean, we're sacred and they're secular, and dividing it is it's just a straight line to divide the difference between the two.
Yeah. And with the little boy, by the way, I was just informed in the chat room that he's actually doing a lot better. So he's healing quicker than they expected, which I'm so glad to hear.
A lot of people praying for that young man.
Yeah.
Imagine if nobody has seen, but I'm sure everybody has, but just in case nobody has seen, the young boy was white, and the person who did it was dark skinned. Imagine if it were turned around. Imagine if it were a white guy who grabbed a young boy that was of dark skin and threw him over the rails at the mall. Imagine the outpour of anger that would be focused against him. But yet, because it doesn't fit in their system, it doesn't go along with their agenda, if you will, then it's kept pretty much quiet. I mean, people have told me, I don't watch television, so I don't really know, but I've had several friends tell me, yes, we've seen it. It was very short, but it was, yes, we have seen it. So it's been kept, if anything, it's been kept at a minimum. And there's no reason for that, other than... Yeah,
and you're right. If it had been reversed, there would be riots in the street. The news would be nonstop. It would be 24/7. And I might add, because the guy was black, if he would have even done that to a little black boy, no news either. It's just because that doesn't fit their narrative either. If some innocent little black kid got thrown over by a black guy, no, it's just like Chicago.
Yep.
Bag him and toe tag him. Next.
Yep.
So it's not about a little boy, because it doesn't matter the color. It only matters the perpetrator's color. And if it doesn't fit their agenda to stir up the pot, they just squelch the whole news story.
Yeah, and I just want to say that, like, there are bad apples in
there's
every
bad
bunch.
apples in every bunch. Not everybody is perfect, and I just think it's just a travesty, because it could have happened to anybody, and it's just.
I agree with what you guys are saying. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
That, like.
Listen, in Chicago, little kids that are as innocent as the day is long are sitting there with their crayons, and a drive-by, a bullet goes through them, and they are dead. And this is statistic. So every day, little kids are being murdered. Nobody cares. It just doesn't make news. It's not anything that's going to stir up anything.
Because it doesn't fit into the system. See, that if we go back to this, I call it a system. You call it what you want. I call it, and they tell you when you're watching television. I remember very well. We'll be right back with our program. Don't go away. They're telling you.
Absolutely.
You know.
Speaking of which.
And they're called programming schedules. And when you say, like, global, I mean, that's global. Global is Baal. And Baal is about two things. It's fertilization, sex trafficking, and it's about child sacrificing. Hello. We've got sex traffickers. Trump's putting the kibosh, or trying to, if he can, put the kibosh on that sex trafficking and abortion. So we've got global completely enveloping our society, and people don't get it.
Okay, and why don't we continue this conversation after our next commercial break? You are listening to Paraversal Universe. We will be right back with our guests for the next segment.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk radio.
Oh, come on. I'm Southern, but... Nope.
That'll do. Hello. I am Kat Hobson, host of Paranormal Experience here on WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. I enjoy having guests from all areas of the paranormal, from ghosts to ufology to cryptids and beyond. You'll find some of the best researchers in their fields bringing you some great information. Join me on Wednesday nights from 8 to 10 p. Eastern here on WBHM Digital Broadcasting.
Son of a...
Hey, son.
Mother...
Son? What are you doing?
Hey, Mom. I'm getting ready to listen to Periscope Uncensored.
By expanding your vocabulary.
Well, it is uncensored.
Son, the uncensored part of Periscope Uncensored is Jax and I getting down to brass tacks with all aspects of the paranormal. There's no fluff on our show.
So, no off-color commentary?
I didn't say that.
Awesome!
Son?
I just hit my head.
Oh boy. I'll go get you an ice pack. Catch Periscope Uncensored Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on WBHM Digital Broadcasting.
Since 1948, Fate magazine has brought you reports of the strange and unknown, all of them true. Fate Radio is carrying on that tradition, bringing you the unusual, macabre, strange, and bizarre. Join host Kat Hobson Sunday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern on WBHM Digital Broadcasting.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, Birmingham, Alabama.
Thank you for listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. The time is 23 minutes after the hour.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back from our commercial break. This is Paraversal Universe, produced by WBHM Digital Broadcasting. Also heard on WCET-FM and affiliates, and on the Rift Radio Network. We're your hosts, Kevin and Jennifer Malik. Before we get back to the interview, let's take a quick moment to specifically mention the radio call dials for the AM/FM terrestrial radio stations who carry Paraversal Universe, including WCET, which is located on 101.7 FM out of Columbia, South Carolina, and High Point Radio, which can be found on 100.5 FM and 1620 AM out of New Jersey, which broadcast in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. Hello to all of you who are tuning in over the airwaves. We appreciate it very much, and we're glad you are with us. This segment is brought to you by the Parasociology like page on Facebook. Parasociology is the study of how paranormal manifestations and experiences can affect a family, group, or collective. Parasociology also examines how spirituality is practiced in different cultures. So go check that out if you get a chance, and leave a like for future content, hopefully. All right, back to the show. This is Paraversal Universe, and we're talking to conspiratorial analysts, Riscalla Stephen and Angel Strong from the Red Pill reality show. You guys are still with us?
We are.
Right here.
So another thing I wanted to bring up, and that was one major worry is that I have, and I know Jennifer has, and many people have, that is relevant all of a sudden today is 5G. It's clearly dangerous, and the president won't even acknowledge that it is. At least he hasn't lately, which I find bothersome. I notice that the mainstream media and the president, at least on this one issue, seem to have some kind of pact not to focus on the dangers. Not one question was asked about the dangers of 5G during the last press conference I watched. And my thought is that if they have towers everywhere, and if they can flip a switch and all of a sudden everyone can, let's say, becomes nauseous, becomes ill, that to me is crowd control. That to me is total human control. Because then, you can't even protect yourself if they can flip the switch and make everyone sick. That's, of course, that's under the conspiracy title, but some conspiracies are true. And with this one, many educated people have spoken out against the dangers of this. And we see, like, for example, birds dying around these towers. That's concerning. They had that one school that was within, like, a very close distance to one of these towers, and the kids were having nosebleeds.
Yeah. Well, there's one school where they had cancer. We had to remove it.
Oh, speaking of which, we had that question in the chat.
Yeah, so someone had asked, and this was a health-related question for you, Riscalla. Back when you had cancer and they offered you chemo and you said no, what did you use to treat your cancer?
A protocol that I came up with is a combination of the Gerson therapy, which uses enemas, and Dr. Simon Sini, who uses baking soda. G. Edward Griffith's documentary about B-17, and what is his name? Rick Simpson's Run from the Cure, which utilizes THC, which comes from the cannabis plant. And then I found a nutrient. I can't remember the name of it, but I found it at a health food store, which was like a meal replacement, which is nothing but nutrients. That's all it was for your body. And I went on this like fast. That's all I would eat was that, because my logic was I'll have my body fighting the cancer instead of working at trying to digest and other, things like that. It would be fighting the cancer, would give my body all the energy that it needed. And then I just checked my pH levels. I kept them over 7. I would be at like 7.25, 7.5. I got up to 7.1 at one point. As long as I was above the 7, I knew I was killing off the cancer.
That's cool.
That's great.
And I remember we talked before, and there are a couple Red Pill reality episodes that we were on. If you want to find them, you can find them. I posted them, I believe, in the Paraversal Universe show archives. At least, yeah, one of them was posted, and then the other ones were posted in the comments, where we discussed some of this stuff in more detail. But like with the 5G, because this is something else too that aside from my speculation on they can flip a switch and we're all going to be temporarily immobilized, or
much more than that. Much
What are
more-
your thoughts on this? On everything I said regarding 5G?